Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Lifestyles Nutrition radio program. I'm your host, Amit S.Katz. I'm the owner of Lifestyles Nutrition Center, located at the Village in Indian Wells, hence the name of the show, the Lifestyles Nutrition radio program. Yes, it was coined after my health food store. We are the only health food store in Rancho Mirage. I'm also the author of the book, The Frontline of Nutrition, 50 Treatments, Remedies, and Cures you can find in a health food store. It's a book that took about 20 years to compile the data for, simply by standing in a health food store, working with the public and their health concerns for over 20 years. I've accumulated a knowledge of how to address disease, discomfort, and how to go about helping somebody with just stuff that you can find over the counter in a health food store. And if your local health food store doesn't have these products, they should be able to order them for you. It's no biggie. I'm also the creator, the progenitor, the mastermind, the whiz, the supercomputer behind the Amit's Lifestyles diet, and you can find the 6 pillars of my weight loss program if you go to amitslifestylesdiet.com. Amit spelled A-M-I-T-S, Lifestyles Diet. It's a diet designed to get you to your target weight by educating you about food. Did we ever forget how to eat, people? Yes, we have. And this is a way to bring some sanity back to your palate and to your plate. It also it has 6 pillars that are designed to basically allow you to navigate your weight to your target weight without hitting any stumbling blocks. Unlike me and my tongue this morning or this afternoon. But enough about me. I want to know about you. I want to invite the whole of the Valley to listen in. If this is the first time you're tuning into this show, this is a show about health. This is a show about you and your health and how we can help you chamber some thoughts, some protocols, some ideas about how to get you healthy, keep you healthy, and if you're on medication, possibly get you past that. But I want to invite all desert citizens to the show. I'm talking to you, Palm Springs, Desert Hot Springs, Joshua Tree, Thousand Palms, Cat City, Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, Indian Wells, La Quinta, Bermuda Dunes, Indio, and City of Coachella. How are you doing? Doing okay? Maybe not so good? Well, if you're not doing so good, you've tuned into the perfect show because we are, as I said before I did the rundown of cities, we're going to empower you today. We're going to give you a bunch of really cool information about what's out there. If there's any type of confusion about supplements and whatnot, this person says it's good, this person says it's bad, you're going to get the lowdown from us. Coming up at 15 past the hour, a good friend of the show is going to be tuning in once again. Her name's Kim Olson. You can check her out before she comes on at fitkim.com. She's the author of the book, The Fit Kim Lifestyle, Food and Fitness to Get You Fit. And we're going to be talking to her about superfoods and superfruits. And we're going to be able to we're going to tell you exactly what the difference is between your everyday apple and something amazing like goji berries. Why is an apple just an apple? Which isn't bad for you, by the way. It's pretty yummy, very good for you. An apple a day will keep the doctor away. But how can we take that apple to that goji berry level? How can we mix your apples with your goji berries and get you to that next level? And Kim's going to come in, and we're going to talk about that and many, many more things. But before we talk to Kim, I wanted to bring up something. I was preparing the show today, and I thought to myself, isn't it amazing that we actually live in a time where we're going to be talking about superfruits. We live here in the Coachella Valley, the southwest of this country, and we're in the desert, and yet you can walk into Lifestyles Nutrition Center in Indian Wells, or you can call us, 760-568-6522, and you can pick up a bunch of stuff that's really cool from all over the world. And that's something that, it may have existed on the spice route from India to Europe, but it was dry. And now you can get stuff that's freeze-dried and fresh and powdered and extracted and in capsules and in tablet form or just plain dried fruit and whatnot, and from all corners of the earth. And I was thinking, that is a good thing. But at the same time, there are some cons, and I want to talk about this, the pros and cons of non-seasonal availability of foods. Just because something is available to you out of season, it is a good thing because you can partake of that beautiful fruit. Let's say it's winter time here, and normally we couldn't get pineapple, but we can get it in. We can ship it in from Hawaii, and we can eat it 365 days a year. But pineapple, should it really be consumed 365 days a year? Should tomatoes be consumed 365 days a year? Are there any other fruits and vegetables that shouldn't be consumed like that? Because if you eat it once or twice a year and in season, that's great. Normally, what has happened to us as humans is that we were eating foods that were only seasonal and local. And now the whole world is open to us, and we can get some really cool medicinal things. But at the same time, there are foods that, there are a lot of weird sort of food-related ailments, digestive problems and things like that. And they're kind of born of eating everything that's available to you out of season. So now with the changing of season, maybe it's a good idea to start thinking about some of these things, about the idea of eating certain foods that, one, are grown locally, two, that are particular to our season. Because, if you're in the middle of the winter, it's great. Have a beef stew with black pepper. That's great. But in the summer, do you really want to eat that heavy food? No. But that's simple for us to understand, that concept of eating a stew in the winter and eating something that's light and fresh in the summer. But what about the changing of season? Now we're going through the changing of season. We're going from the summer to the winter. We're going through this fall. Fall is upon us. So what should we be consuming in a way that is seasonal, which is beneficial to us? So during the changing of season, I'm sure that you have some friends out there that are already putting pumpkins and things like that out that are reminiscent of the changing of season. The things that are orange in color. Yeah, go ahead. Add some pumpkin to your diet. Pumpkin, squash, zucchini. These are things that are really appropriate for this time of year. Also, spice-wise, good idea to start increasing maybe the heat. But don't go really, really, really heavy on what you're going to stew or what you're going to saute. There's no need to go directly to the black pepper. We're not in the thick of it yet. It's still a little warm. Like today was 94 degrees. So think about these things. We should be eating, it's nice to get some super fruits that are out of season and out of our geographical location. But at the same time, it's also really good to eat things that are local and that we can get local, that are grown local, like dates, and we can get pumpkin, and we can get prickly pear. If you go down to Cardena's Market, you can get some really nice prickly pear. You can also get spinach, baby spinach grown in California. These are things that you should probably consume more of this time of the year. Now, we're about to go to break, and when we come back from the break, we're going to talk to Kim Olson of fitkim.com, and we're going to talk about super fruits and what's kind of cool and new out there. You are listening to the Lifestyles Nutrition radio program on 1200 Money Radio.
Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Search for My Money Radio. Money Radio 1200.
If good health is important to you, look no further than products from Genesis Today. Genesis Today has a great line of nutritional supplements made from pure natural foods that your body can absorb, instead of chemical supplements manufactured in a laboratory. Genesis Today is a progressive nutrition company that specializes in superfoods. These exceptional plants and fruits are packed with vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and other vital nutrients at 20 times, 100 times, even 200 times the nutritional value of common fruits and vegetables. These products are prepared with low to no heat so as not to destroy the nutrients, and package them in non-toxic glass bottles for your consumption. Visit Lifestyle Nutrition Center today to find out what Genesis Today product is right for you.
Whenever I work out, my joints ache the next morning.
It's embarrassing to have to take the elevator instead of walking up one flight of stairs because your knees and ankles grind.
I tried glucosamine, and it doesn't work. Thank goodness I found out about Baxel. Now I'm ready to start my day.
Almost immediately I could feel the difference.
I needed Baxel's boost of hyaluronic.
It's safe, it's natural, and it's guaranteed joint relief.
Let me spell it out. BAXYL works. Knees, shoulders, hips, back. Nothing felt good until I took Baxel.
There's nothing like feeling great.
Running a 10K.
Riding bicycles with my grandkids.
I really miss working in my yard on weekend. Thanks to Baxel, I spend every Saturday outdoors.
Baxel lets me be active without worrying about how you'll feel tomorrow.
I asked myself, why did I feel so old for so long?
Baxel is available at Lifestyles Nutrition Center and online at lifestylesnutrition.net. Your joints will thank you.
Have you ever gone to a health food store seeking help and left with a product you didn't trust and information that was less than reliable? That never happens at Lifestyles Nutrition Center in Indian Wells. We have over 20 years of matching our customers with the right supplements to enhance their life and improve their health. Come to Lifestyles and experience our experience. Feel better, look better. And now, through the summer months, receive 25% off of all of our store supplements. For more information, call 760-568-6522. And remember the name, Lifestyles, the first, the last, and the only health food store you will ever need.
Sport Clips Haircuts for Men is the ultimate guy's place with large flat-screen TVs playing sports, relaxing massage chairs, and the perfect place to get the best haircut for guys. Try the Sport Clips MVP, a precision haircut followed by an invigorating scalp massage, a hot steam towel treatment, and a relaxing neck and shoulder massage. You'll leave feeling like a new man. With 3 convenient Sport Clips Valley locations in La Quinta, Palm Desert, and in Palm Springs, you can just walk in and get a great haircut, no appointment needed. Visit Sport Clips closest to you today. It's good to be a guy.
Memory. It can be, well, less than reliable. Do you ever walk into a room and forget why you went in there? Ever lose your train of thought right in the middle of a conversation? What about misplacing your car keys or misplacing the whole car? If you think about it, your brain controls everything you do, walking, talking, and remembering things. The healthier your brain is, the better it's able to control all these important functions. As a normal part of aging, our memory begins to fade. Prevagen was developed to improve memory and support cognitive function. If you're experiencing occasional absent-mindedness or just want to support healthy brain function, then visit Lifestyle Nutrition Center in Indian Wells and ask for Prevagen. Prevagen is also available by calling 760-368-6522. Call 760-368-6522 or visit Lifestyle Nutrition Center and ask for Prevagen today.
The financial and business news you need, along with local business experts. Coachella Valley Business for Breakfast with Marshall Gilbert. Weekday mornings at 8.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Lifestyles Nutrition radio program. Before we went to break, I promised you that we're going to be talking about superfoods, and how we can take the apple a day that keeps the doctor away, take it to a whole new level. But before we get into that, our guest today, who's going to be helping me double team this wonderful topic, is a good friend of the show, Kim Olson. And if you want more information about Kim and what she does, you're welcome to go to fitkim.com. Kim is a certified nutritionist. She's also a personal trainer. She's got a book out by the name of The Fit Kim Lifestyle, Food and Fitness to Get You Fit. She's been on Fox, CBS, ABC, and great many more national outlets. And anyway, it's an honor to have her on the show. Kim, are you with me?
I am. Thank you for having me back.
Yes. I promised. I said I was going to, and lo and behold, here you are. How have you been, my dear?
Oh, fabulous. Just enjoying the lovely fall weather here in Texas.
Yeah? Is it similar to what we're going through? Kind of cooled off nicely.
Yes, exactly. It's pretty much the same.
Yeah, we're about on the same latitude, right?
Yes, we are.
More or less, yeah. Now, I want to dive right into this whole idea of superfoods. But first, as I was saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Okay, but we know that apples are not a superfood. Let's explain to the listener to the audience, what is the difference between, let's say, an apple and a superfood or a superfruit? What is the difference?
Mm-hmm. Well, the main difference is, and why we're becoming so aware of it, is a lot of this stuff has been around for thousands of years. It's just kind of, it's newer to us. So the main concept is, when you think of an apple or a peach, just a common food, they might have 20, 25 nutrients in it. But some of the superfoods, even the ones that we're going to talk about today, have hundreds of nutrients in them. So I always tell people, you could eat, 20 cucumbers or a bowl of broccoli. Now, cucumbers are great for you. I love juicing them and all that fun stuff. But we know how many servings of fruits and vegetables people are really getting per day. It's just a couple. So when you sit down to have that meal, why wouldn't you put the most nutritious foods available into your body? So that's my whole goal, is I'm totally obsessed with superfoods.
So in a way, you're saying that, one, they have a unique set of nutrients that are not found at regular supermarket fruits and vegetables that are common, and secondly, they are more dense in these nutrients.
Right. Ounce for ounce, you're getting more vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, antioxidants, just life force, water, fiber, you name it. And what's interesting, they're just discovering more and more. And synergistically, we don't even really know what all of those nutrients do together in our body. So that's why I'm a big fan of the whole superfood, not really isolating. And I think it's just fascinating. So yeah, you're right. It's nutritionally dense. It's a complete powerhouse packed with nutrition.
Okay. Now let's talk a little bit about the form, because you can get, like, for instance, you can get, let's say a person wanted lavender. You can get lavender oil. You can get you can do lavender herb. You can get lavender capsules. There are all these various forms. Like if somebody wanted, let's say, goji berry, because goji berry is really popular right now. So they can go get goji berry capsules. They can get goji berry powder. They can get goji berry juice. What are I'm trying to think. Is there any other way? Yeah, powder, juice, capsules. Is there? What would be the difference to the common man that, let's say, steps into my store and says, "I'd like to get some goji berries," after listening to Kim and Amit about these superfruits, but why would they choose one over the other?
Yes, so that's a great example, because that's, especially when people are first starting out, they're a little intimidated. Mm-hmm. So for me personally, I love the tradition behind these superfoods, and even not even just traditional Chinese medicine, but you'll see things like from the Mayan culture and just historically what they've used them for. So whenever a company is honoring the preparation of how they have prepared them for thousands of years and what is the way that they've done that, that's what I really like. I like the respect behind it, but I also like the fact that they didn't have billboards back in 2000 BC when goji was, first cultivated. Yeah. It's been able to remain popular for thousands and thousands of years. So obviously, there's got to be something to it. So whenever possible, we all know fresh is always best. It's obviously hard to get fresh goji berries. I did hear that, like David Wolf or somebody, he's been growing them, like, they can grow anywhere, I guess, so that's my next venture. But unless you have a goji plant in your backyard, if you go into your store, fresh is always going to be best. The second form is going to be still getting it in a whole form. Mm-hmm. So there's dried goji berries. You can do that. Mm-hmm. The way that they've prepared it in traditional Chinese medicine is they actually slow cook the goji berry juice at a low temperature to maximize the polysaccharide content. So for me personally, I usually take it in via liquid form. A liquid can be absorbed better too, but I also like to incorporate goji berries into, cooking. So if I do baked oatmeal bars or trail mix, I'll throw some goji berries in there. So
yeah, I find that it's kind of the superfruit version of a raisin. People ask me, what does goji berry taste like? I tell them it's like a little bit of like a salty raisin. Or salty raisin, it's the love child of a salty raisin and a prune.
It is. Yeah, the juice, I say it's prune juice and molasses.
Prune juice and there you go.
So you're right, it has that prune juice too, but in a good way. So yeah, it's definitely similar to a raisin as far as the dried berries. And then if someone maybe financially or just convenience, they can always go to a capsule form. Mm-hmm. But that's, to me, is kind of it's just a way to supplement. It's a different way to do it, and people think of it differently, I think. But for me, I like to just go with what they've done historically. I love that.
And I find that as far as a medicinal effect from pretty much any herb, I find that the extract is usually the weakest. Whenever I have like an alcohol extract of something, I've only seen one company that actually does an alcohol extract of goji. We were talking about goji berry, but there's only one company that really does that. And I don't. People are looking at it as food and not as an extract, so I don't think that's really very viable to them. I mean, the people naturally understand that if you're consuming the whole fruit, you're going to get the medicinal benefits from it as opposed to an alcohol extract. So I would go kind of like the hierarchy that you laid down: fresh, dried, juice, capsules, and last would be extract. Do you see things that way as well?
Yeah, I usually, for most people, most of my clients, I recommend liquid over dried. One, the goji berries, it's more of a treat. I've seen people like slamming down the golden berries and stuff like that. You have to remember they're high in sugar and they are dried, so keep that in mind. But a lot of my clients, nourishment, absorbing their nutrients when they first come to me is an issue. And so I tend to go towards liquid. And I do education and training for Genesis today, as you know. And Dr. Lindsay Duncan, he's the creator and founder, and when he first launched Genesis, he literally went to the South Pacific where he was researching noni, which was his first superfruit juice he developed, and he studied for weeks, like, what did these people do, and he chose to go the juice route with all of his superfruit juices. So I really, really like that about it. So I tend to go towards the juice, but like I said, I also like to tie in the dried when possible.
Mm-hmm. Now let's actually talk about noni juice. We have about 5 minutes, and we're going to come up on a hard break. If you're just tuning in right now, you're listening to the Lifestyles Nutrition Radio program with your host Amit S.Katz. That would be me, and with me on the phone is Kim Olson of FitKim.com, and we're talking about superfruits. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about noni before we go to break. Why would somebody consume noni juice?
Well, when people ask me, the deserted island question, if you took one thing with you, of course, along with my husband, what would you take?
That's two things. You're cheating.
I always say noni. Of anything I've ever learned in my, over 12 years of studying this fiercely, noni is it. Now, it is disgusting. It tastes like Parmesan cheese and vinegar. The farm smelling cheese. It's intense. However, that intensity is because it is so high in alkaline minerals. So when you think of a volcanic eruption, there you have this lava ash.
Yeah.
Well, the very first sign of life to break through in that situation is actually the noni plant. So it shows you how resilient it is. You're getting all of those alkaline minerals from the lava ash, and it tends to grow with other plants. So to date, there's over 200 novel compounds they've identified in it. But what I find it's so helpful for is we know, and Halloween's right around the corner, so this is a great example, but we know how obsessed with sugar we have become. I mean, we eat like 180 pounds per person per year, something like that. So the opposite of sugar are going to be bitter foods such as kale, mustard greens, and the noni plant. It is very bitter. So that's why it kind of has that harsh taste to people.
Yeah.
Often their taste buds just aren't used to eating bitter foods. So when people want to kick the sugar habit, I always tell them just start drinking noni.
Start with a little noni.
Yeah, do it in the morning on an empty stomach. Just 2 tablespoons will do the trick. And within 7 to 14 days, it starts to change your palate, which is amazing.
Yeah,
it's going to help long term.
Yeah, the thing about noni is that people need to think of it a little bit differently than orange juice. When you go and you have orange juice, you're getting 8 ounces. If you suck down 8 ounces of noni, that would be as a hazing dare for a fraternity. You're not supposed to do that. It's literally, you'd say it's safe to say about an ounce would suffice in the morning?
1 ounce is 2 tablespoons. That's great. Yeah, and you can do another one. I do it at the end of the day. If I have a long travel day, I'll do a couple ounces at night. But yeah, 1 ounce a day is kind of the daily recommended amount.
And if the palate, and if it really doesn't suit your palate, what would you recommend somebody cut it with?
I tell them just slam it, move on with your day. But if it's really hard for them,
you go warrior. You go warrior approach.
Yes, because most people have done it at least a shot in their life. But if it's a major issue, raspberry paste is actually known to cut the flavor. So if somebody has some kind of sweet juice just ready to go right after, just, to get that out of their mouth. It doesn't really linger, though.
I like to puree some blueberries. I take some frozen blueberries, just puree them and just add it to it. But then I also have people who tell me, listen, you're ruining your blueberries. Don't do that.
I know. It's not a good smoothie additive, no.
Now, Kim, we're coming up on a hard break. And I'd like you to stay for that segment. And then at 45 past the hour, we're going to do Herb of the Week, and I want you to help me double-team that. So you are listening to the Lifestyles Nutrition Radio program on 1200 Money Radio.
NBC News Radio, I'm Melissa Rayberger. Legendary rock musician Lou Reed has died. The rock pioneer was a vocalist and guitarist for the Velvet Underground, a short-lived but influential band.
Hey, babe, take a walk on the wild side. Said, hey, honey, take a walk on the wild side.
Reed's agent says he died due to complications related to a recent liver transplant. Lou Reed was 71 years old. More sad news from the world of rock and roll. Fleetwood Mac is canceling the next part of their tour because founder John McVie has been diagnosed with cancer. The band is canceling upcoming shows in Australia and New Zealand. An American hostage taken by a leftist rebel group in Colombia has been freed. Kevin Sete was seized by guerrillas in June. The former Army private is said to be in good condition. He was turned over to Norwegian and Colombian officials and the International Red Cross. This is NBC News Radio.
Do you have dark spots or uneven skin tones? If you have dark spots on your skin or uneven tones, we're looking for you. Because right now, we're sending free bottles of a nighttime skin cream to listeners of this station. You heard right. Every listener who calls now will learn how to get a free supply of Night Skin, the treatment that lightens dark spots and helps even skin tones. You only pay shipping and handling. We only have a limited supply of free Night Skin, so don't wait. For details, just call 1-800-471-5816. Night Skin is guaranteed to lighten your dark spots. Watch as your skin appears years younger, like magic. And Night Skin is great for wrinkles, crow's feet, and fine lines. This free giveaway is for listeners of this station, but it won't last. Call us now for details on this Night Skin free offer. Just call 1-800-471-5816. That's 1-800-471-5816. 1-800-471-5816.
In our fast-paced world, sometimes you just need somebody else to do the driving. Let Yellow Cab of the Desert handle all your desert area transportation needs. Yellow Cab provides punctual taxi service at affordable prices, including door-to-door airport service. You'll be more than impressed with their drivers' dependability and ability to get you to your destination on time and safe. For punctual taxi service at affordable prices, call 760-TAXI. That's 760-340-8294. Yellow Cab of the Desert for all your desert area transportation needs. Now, when it comes to internet service, you can experience the best for less. Pacific Lightwave provides the fastest and most cost-effective internet to the greater Coachella Valley. Unlimited downloads at great speeds for your office, from small businesses to enterprises, and works with all phone systems. Start enjoying the best. Call today to get started. Call Richard from Pacific Lightwave now at 760-834-0232. That's 760-834-0232.
Learn more about Money Radio day or night at moneyradio1200.com.
Yeah, that's our rest in peace, Lou Reed. This is for you, buddy. We're going to talk about some superfruits. You're listening to the Lifestyles Nutrition Radio program. Yeah, Lou Reed passed today, the original Transformer. Although this isn't a music show, you know, every once in a while somebody comes along with one tune that sticks in everybody's head, and that was Lou, the original Transformer. Yeah, sad to see you go. Have some superfruits on the other side, my dear, dear friend. Okay. Before we went to break, we were talking superfruits with a friend of the show, Kim Coventry Olson from fitkim.com. She's the author of the book, The Fit Kim Lifestyle, Food and Fitness to Get You Fit. And we were talking about the various forms, the various ways that you can get your superfruits, and we were talking about noni juice. So, Kim, did we fully cover that?
Noni, well, what it's known for, if you actually look at the fruit, whenever anyone listening, just have on Google and you can find it, an image of it, but it looks like a hand grenade.
Yeah.
So I always tell people to imagine that in your body, and it can help destroy yeast, bacteria, fungus, anything harmful. And a lot of people don't realize that, there are many Americans that have yeast overgrowth or candida issues. So I love it for that. And then also it's known for cleansing the liver and just purifying the blood. So I think of it as my daily detoxifier. So I literally take it every single day, even when I travel.
But that's more of a maintenance. Now, what would be let's say somebody, again, we're not playing doctor here. Every person's very different from another person, and if one person's let's say candida situation will be different from another's. But what would be a more medicinal dose than the 1 ounce in the morning, 2 ounces at night?
Well, it can actually be applied topically. So if anyone has any bacterial infection, fungal infection, anything in the skin, they can actually apply it topically. So as far as how much, there was this client of mine, and this was before she became a client, but her son had severe acne all over his back in his teenagers. And so she learned about noni, and she would apply it, kind of soak it into his skin and then put a T-shirt on him every night. And it took about 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, he struggled with this for years. He was totally mortified by it. Within 2 weeks, it had completely cleared up. So topically, that's what's cool about superfoods. You can eat them, you can put them on your body.
Yeah, you can. You can have a bath in them if you got the moolah to cover that bath.
Exactly. Yeah. So what I do, those kind of days where you just push yourself too far, whether it be physically or mentally or
that was the story of my life the last 45 days.
Okay, there you go. Well, this is my little tonic. I do 4 ounces at night. And I wake up like a rock star because
you are a warrior.
But I love it. I love the taste of it. When I first had it, I didn't like it, but I love it now. But it's known for cellular rejuvenation because these superfoods, they're just antioxidant powerhouses. So what is that going to do for the oxidation, the free radical damage in your body, which happens just for daily living? So I love it for that. But if somebody was using it beyond daily maintenance is 1 ounce a day, which is 2 tablespoons. It says on the bottle you can do it in the afternoon if you want to. And then if it's for, a specific issue, I would say you could do it more than that without a problem.
Now, of all the superfruit juices out there, which one has the highest ORAC value?
Well, I don't know if you saw this, but there's different ratings on it. But the FDA actually, I saw something about it earlier this year that they're not recognizing it anymore. They aren't.
They're not recognizing ORAC value anymore?
Yeah, so there's some debate on, who decides what and all that. But what I have learned in my research, because you'll see the values will be different depending on what ORAC chart you look at, but the highest one is raw cacao. The second highest one as far as a superfood is mangosteen. And I love mangosteen. Okay. I love raw cacao too, but mangosteen is the second highest in the world for all fruits and vegetables that have been studied. So I think that's pretty cool.
Now, let's talk about mangosteen. My understanding of mangosteen is its antioxidant effect. The few studies that I've seen show that mangosteen juice has an effect on sort of a little bit like pomegranate, has the ability to cleanse the arteries around the heart. Is that what you've come across?
Well, I actually did an educational webinar once on mangosteen. Well, it was actually, I think, on healthy inflammation. Mm-hmm. And I started researching mangosteen for healthy inflammation, and I couldn't stop researching because I stumbled upon one thing to another. I mean, like C-reactive proteins, things that they've found that it's what it can do for breast cancer, just all these different things. And, of course, you have to look at the research and make your decision on it. But what my point is, any health condition somebody has an issue with that you could think of, I bet if they did a little research and looked into mangosteen, it would come up somewhere that they have looked into it. There's hundreds of studies that have been done. I have a whole entire binder on mangosteen research studies. So, it is known for helping with, it's very high in antioxidants, like we talked about, but it's known for helping with support healthy inflammation. So everything you're talking about, whenever somebody does have an issue with around the heart, before you actually get to the point where you're diagnosed with heart disease or diabetes or high blood pressure or anything, before that, we often see chronic inflammation. So whenever you're going to see something like that, of course, if we can combat the chronic inflammation and help the body respond naturally the way it's supposed to, I think it's going to be beneficial. So, long story short, I definitely agree with you.
Okay, but you're talking about the high anti-inflammatory response that you're going to get from mangosteen. So have you seen it in your own practice, in your own consultations, as being effective for arthritis?
Yes. So we actually have a health food store employee that she has a testimonial on it, but she has fibromyalgia, which is, it's different, but she actually has religiously used mangosteen for 15 years. I've seen it. What I really like about it, I have seen it physically. Down in Texas, they have red ants. I don't know if you've ever been bitten by one, but they're evil.
Yeah, my mom is a victim of red ant infestation. So my mom actually came to the studio today. She's sitting in the booth. Mom, I hope you're listening to this. Go on, Kim. Tell us about your red ants and how mangosteen's helping, because we're going right to the store after this. We're going to pick up some mangosteen for Mom.
You need to go get it. So I'm from Michigan, so I had never been bitten by one, and so my body wasn't built to respond. I never had been exposed. So I was working on some homework for my degrees I'm getting, and all of a sudden I look down and there's red ants all over my feet. So I swipe them off. I run in the house, and I'm like thinking, okay, what mangosteen? I'll try that. So I grabbed the mangosteen. I blot it all over. I just kind of poured it on there. And the itching and that sting, which is awful, it completely stopped. It completely stopped immediately. And I actually had a client who broke out in a rash over her entire body, even her head, her face, her neck, her legs. She didn't know what it was. And so I had suggested mangosteen because she wanted to do something immediately. And she said it took about 30 minutes, but the itching stopped. And when she got up 5 hours later, it was completely gone. So as far as, just something so where you can see it, what it's doing. But inside in the body, it's going to take some time to see its healing effects. But I love it. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, that's the thing. That this is where when you start sharing your knowledge, that you come across different people in different areas, and it really kind of elaborates. It really kind of opens your mind, because I would have never thought to go grab a bottle of juice, which is a little bit pricey, and then take that and apply it topically, unless there was a really good reason to. So now mangosteen topically, I mean, it's just blowing my mind. Now I'm thinking I'll put the mangosteen in a cream, in an ointment, see how I can play around with it. But that's really, really cool. I really, really like that. I'm surprised that nobody's actually come out with a mangosteen anti-inflammatory joint ointment.
I think you were on to $1 million idea.
Yeah, I got to talk with the boss over at Genesis today.
Me too.
He's got to get me on the team here. I just coined $1 million product, and I want my cut right now.
Absolutely. Well, the important piece of the mangosteen is the active compound are called xanthones, and they're actually found in the inner rind, where a lot of companies, if your listeners are going to go shop for it, a lot of companies just use the white pulpy flesh, which is kind of the sweet part of the fruit. But the inner rind, which is called the pericarp, it's kind of the reddish part, that's where the xanthones are. So Genesis today, they actually hand scoop out the entire thing and blend it together. It tastes like a watered down smoothie with a pear, apple notes to it. Kids love it, but make sure you look for something like that where they're using the whole entire fruit.
Exactly, as Mother Nature intended it to be.
Yes.
Now, let's talk a little bit about acai berry, because there's I find a lot of misinformation with acai. Whenever you take something that's really good and then it blows up, and then everybody's got a marketing angle, then they're going to start to try and get they're going to try to get their product out with an angle that's different to everybody else. And then there's a bunch of information, then slight misinformation, and then people get confused. So acai berry, It's everywhere. Every MMA fighter is being sponsored by a different acai company from Brazil. We sell it in juice form by Genesis Today. We also have it in powder form by Navitas. As far as taste goes, the way it looks, it should taste at least as good as a blueberry. As far as taste goes, it's almost nothing. So what is so great about acai berry, and what's the lowdown? What is it really for?
Well, it became very popular, I think, around 2008 because it was featured on Oprah, kind of like the Dr. Oz effect. At that time, Oprah, still, but it was it caused a big stir. So a lot of it was marketing hype, like you said, and people were looking for any way to sell it. But again, let's look at the history. So if you go back, it's been used for thousands of years in Brazilian culture. Brazilian people are known for beauty. They're known, a lot of supermodels come out of Brazil, and it's attributed to the acai berry. So in the flood basin of the Amazon rainforest, super lush and beautiful, that's where it's naturally harvested. So during times of famine, the Brazilian culture, where they were able to sustain their population by eating just acai berries. Now that might seem crazy, that how could you get everything you need from a berry? Well, it's actually considered a complete food in the medical community. Mm-hmm. So it has all of the essential amino acids. I mean, how many berries do you know that have that?
I don't know.
I know, and it has high in fiber, high in your B vitamins, which help with energy and endurance. And then the most important part to me, it has the omega-3, 6, 7, and 9. So if you look at acai berry juice, it should have a film at the top.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, if it looks nice and clean, there is a possibility that it was reconstituted. When that happens, a company ships it to the U.S. in a powder and adds water back to it. Yeah. It loses all the oils. So again, like you said, you want the whole version of it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Kim, we're going to go to break, and when we come back from break, we're going to do Herb of the Week. Now, normally, I do Herb of the Week myself. I'm kind of greedy that way, but I want to bring you in on this one, and we're going to lean heavily on your knowledge. And you're gonna help me do Herb of the Week. So,
all right.
You're listening to the Lifestyles Nutrition Radio program on 1200 Money Radio.
Take Money Radio with you everywhere. Streaming live at moneyradio1200.com.
Memory. It can be, less than reliable. Do you ever walk into a room and forget why you went in there? Ever lose your train of thought right in the middle of a conversation? What about misplacing your car keys or misplacing the whole car? If you think about it, your brain controls everything you do, walking, talking, and remembering things. The healthier your brain is, the better it's able to control all these important functions. As a normal part of aging, our memory begins to fade. Prevagen was developed to improve memory and support cognitive function. If you're experiencing occasional absent-mindedness or just want to support healthy brain function, then visit Lifestyle Nutrition Center in Indian Wells and ask for Prevagen. Prevagen is also available by calling 760-368-6522. Call 760-368-6522 or visit Lifestyle Nutrition Center and ask for Prevagen today.
Sport Clips Haircuts for Men is the ultimate guy's place with large flat-screen TVs playing sports, relaxing massage chairs, and the perfect place to get the best haircut for guys. Try the Sport Clips MVP, a precision haircut followed by an invigorating scalp massage, a hot steam towel treatment, and a relaxing neck and shoulder massage. You'll leave feeling like a new man. With 3 convenient Sport Clips Valley locations in La Quinta, Palm Desert, and in Palm Springs, you can just walk in and get a great haircut, no appointment needed. Visit Sport Clips closest to you today. It's good to be a guy.
Whenever I work out, my joints ache the next morning.
It's embarrassing to have to take the elevator instead of walking up one flight of stairs because your knees and ankles grind.
I tried glucosamine, and it doesn't work. Thank goodness I found out about Baxel. Now I'm ready to start my day.
Almost immediately I could feel the difference.
I needed Baxel's boost of hyaluronic.
It's safe, it's natural, and it's guaranteed joint relief. Let me spell it out. B-A-X-Y-L works. Knees, shoulders, hips, back. Nothing felt good until I took Baxel.
There's nothing like feeling great.
Running a 10K.
Riding bicycles with my grandkids.
I really miss working in my yard on weekend. Thanks to Baxel, I spend every Saturday outdoors.
Baxel lets me be active without worrying about how you'll feel tomorrow.
I asked myself, why did I feel so old for so long?
Baxel is available at Lifestyles Nutrition Center and online at lifestylesnutrition.net. Your joints will thank you. If good health is important to you, look no further than products from Genesis Today. Genesis Today has a great line of nutritional supplements made from pure natural foods that your body can absorb, instead of chemical supplements manufactured in a laboratory. Genesis Today is a progressive nutrition company that specializes in superfoods. These exceptional plants and fruits are packed with vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and other vital nutrients at 20 times, 100 times, even 200 times the nutritional value of common fruits and vegetables. These products are prepared with low to no heat so as not to destroy the nutrients, and package them in non-toxic glass bottles for your consumption. Visit Lifestyle Nutrition Center today to find out what Genesis Today product is right for you.
Have you ever gone to a health food store seeking help and left with a product you didn't trust and information that was less than reliable? That never happens at Lifestyles Nutrition Center in Indian Wells. We have over 20 years of matching our customers with the right supplements to enhance their life and improve their health. Come to Lifestyles and experience our experience. Feel better, look better. And now, through the summer months, receive 25% off of all of our store supplements. For more information, call 760-568-6522. And remember the name, Lifestyles, the first, the last, and the only health food store you will ever need.
Check out Money Radio online. Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook by searching My Money Radio, and get more at moneyradio1200.com.
In her eyes. Yeah, everybody, with moonlight in her eyes. That's our guest, Kim Olson. Are you there, Kim?
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Lifestyles Nutrition Radio program. I'm shameless, absolutely shameless. So you're listening to the Lifestyles Nutrition Radio program, and with me on our special guest today is Kim Coventry of fitkim.com. You can check out her blog, her videos, and whatnot if you go to fitkim.com. She's the author of the book, The Fit Kim Lifestyle, Food and Fitness to Get You Fit. And we're going to do Herb of the Week, and I asked Kim to stay on. I never share Herb of the Week. This is where I get really, I'm the authority, and nobody's going to tell me my business, and I never share. But I'm going to get off my throne for 2 seconds and allow you to sit with me, Kim, because we're going to be talking today about Herb of the Week, and Herb of the Week is Mulberry. Now, Mulberry is in traditional Chinese medicine. You see, I love herbs, and I say this all the time. I love herbs that have a wide effect in many areas of the body. And these are truly amazing herbs. Those that do one thing and then they work on another. Now, when it comes to mulberry, every part of this plant is useful and has a strong medicinal effect. In traditional Chinese medicine, mulberry twig is used for arthritis and especially in the fingers. The bark is used for cough or respiratory problems. The fruit is used for as a kidney tonic. And now there's a company out there that we know well called Genesis Today, and they're coming out with a product which is a white mulberry leaf. Now, this is where you come in, Kim. Tell the folks, what are the benefits of using white mulberry capsules or white mulberry leaf tea?
Well, kind of like what we talked about earlier, it's sometimes, capsules are more convenient. With tea form, it's actually the only tea product that Genesis Today has, so I'm really excited about it because I love tea. That's the way that they've taken it in historically, so that's why they did that. And so people can choose supplement or tea form, and like you said, the whole thing can be used, but the leaves and the berries, they've been used for centuries as a healing herb. So the main thing that it's known for is, again, this is all traditional. The research isn't as thorough as some of the other things we've talked about, but it's very promising. If you look back historically, they've actually used it to help keep sugar levels stable. Mm-hmm. So basically the thought behind it is what it does is it slows the breakdown of sugars in the gut so that they are absorbed more slowly into the bloodstream.
So who would benefit from drinking the tea or the capsules?
Well, I'm telling you what, pretty much everybody I know, I'm recommending it to all my clients, all my friends. You'll see me talking about it on my blog all the time, mm-hmm. because between now and New Year's, people can gain, and everyone's different, but I have seen this with clients, where we've all been guilty, but anywhere from 5 to 15 pound weight gain is not unusual these days. So when we go into the holidays, I'm actually doing a TV segment tomorrow morning on Fox on sugar busters, and I'm talking about this because we've got to go into these holiday parties with a plan. So when you think about sugar, if it spikes your blood sugar is spiked, you produce a lot of insulin. Eventually you have excessive insulin. This can lead to body fat storage, specifically around the abdominal area. And that's the one place, most people don't want it. So if you can have a plan and go with something that has some benefits to it and it's known for maybe helping with that, what a great idea. So people can sip the tea throughout the day. They can do it hot. They can put it over ice. Or if they're going, well, I don't like tea, or that's just not going to work for my lifestyle, that's why you have the capsule benefit as well.
Amazing. What a wonderful way to use it seasonally and to help folks with either diabetes or just weight loss during this time of year. I'm gearing up for that explosion that we're about to, the calorically dense and super sweet foods we're about to consume with family. Yep. Mm-hmm. So anyway, Kim, your time with us has come to an end. As usual, you're a breath of fresh air, and we will get you back on the show as soon as we can. That. If you want to follow what Kim does and tune into more of her insight into diets, nutrition, and whatnot, go to fitkim.com. Thanks for joining us, Kim. We'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, folks, time to do Best Question of the Week. Best Question of the Week was sent to me on lifestylesweb@yahoo.com. As I like to say, this ain't no bum show, people. So if you go and send me a question that gets my mental juices flowing, you can win a prize. All you have to do is send it in, and if it's a good question, I will read it on the air, as I'm about to do with the following question, and then you're welcome to come into the store and pick up a bottle of a supplement of choice. So this question, again, came to me via email at lifestylesweb@yahoo.com from Emma McKenna of Indio, and she says, I have a rash on my wrist that goes away and comes back. Any idea what this is and how I can treat it? Okay, Emma, in a nutshell, this sounds like it's either seasonal, meaning changing of season is having an effect on you, or it is food-based. Now, the best way to zero in on food allergies without going to the doctor and having a myriad of tests done, go ahead and eliminate wheat, corn, dairy, and soy from your diet. Wheat, corn, dairy, and soy are insidious. They are everywhere. If you eliminate those for 30 days from your diet and the rash goes away and you're good, fine. Then you can start reintroducing them. I'd probably start with dairy. If you reintroduce the dairy and the rash doesn't come back, you're good. Chances are that it's probably wheat or corn. One of those is probably going to be the thing that's affecting you the most. On top of that, there are a few other fruits out there that are widely sprayed with various pesticides that can also cause this. Strawberries can do this. If you get, notice, if you get this rash on your wrist, and at the same time it's accompanied with like some respiratory, like some wheezing or something like that, it may actually be some type of pesticide that's being sprayed on your fruits. So strawberries, possibly grapes. In the past, grapes have kind of cleaned up their act. People who deal in grapes don't spray them as much, but it can be something like that. It can also be some tropical fruits like mango or possibly pineapple that's causing it. So make a little log. Make sure that you're going over these things. Eliminate them from your diet. Now, if you can eliminate these for a long enough period of time, then you can also start introducing a few things that will help the body heal, like omega-7, which is from sea buckthorn. I've spoken about that in the past. So, Emma, come into the store, press the flesh, which is, it's not some weird euphemism. It's just shake my hand. Press the flesh with the cat's man, say hi to me, and you can pick up a bottle of something of your choice. Now, before we go, on Saturday, November 2nd, at the Village in Indian Wells, we're having a grand reopening. It's a little bit of a Mardi Gras out there. It's going to be a big, big event. Come for the whole day. There's going to be food. There's going to be free samples. It's going to be fun, music and whatnot. You can stop into all the merchants, and it's just available to everybody. You are listening to the Lifestyles Nutrition radio program. Be healthy. Be happy.